Former Fed head and Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen says there's a good chance the U.S. will avoid a major recession and the Fed will contain inflation. Let's check in now with Michele Schneider of the MarketGauge Group, where she is the chief market strategist. Good to see you, Mish. The possibility of a soft landing seems to have propped up the market. What do you think?
Well, if you look at some of the data, we could actually say we already had the recession, right? If you look back, we had a couple of quarters of declining growth, which is technically the definition of recession. So we could say, yeah, we had the recession, it's over. But in terms of the recession, I think we have to really be looking right now on the soft landing possibility or not at the consumer. And what happens to the consumer is going to be very much driven by two major factors. Number one, of course, is going to be the inflation. And we can certainly see that energy and oil hasn't abated at this point. We still have some elevated food prices. And of course, a lot of the inflation that we're seeing now based on weather, also with geopolitical concerns still floating around, you can't just forget about that. That would certainly put pressure on the Fed. And the second thing is the Fed. What will the Fed do? If they really believe that they've gotten a pass and yet they're still seeing somewhat high inflation, then they could actually go with another raise, even though there's a lot of chatter out there, just like there's been all along, that they're done, that the rate hiking cycle is over. So I think those are two very key factors before we can say recession averted.
Apple is showing off its newest software and iPhone today. What do you think about the stock?
Well, from a personal standpoint, I have the 13 and I'm going to upgrade. So I heard today that they are going to do a periscope on the camera. And so if I'm representative of people who are ready to upgrade, that's one thing. And we know that people have been very devoted to their Apple products. But if the China threat turns out to be more serious, that's really 20% of the Apple sales come from China. We don't know yet if that's a serious threat, a bargaining chip, or something really more insidious under the surface, which is the growing tension between East and West. And so right now, technically, Apple stock does not look all that great. It's sort of broken down. I'd probably say that if we can hold 175, if you want to do a quick kind of trade and see if we can creep up from there, that's one thing. But if it breaks down under 175, there's no reason why this can't go to 160 or even lower before it finds footing.
Thank you very much, Michele Schneider.
Thank you so much, Angela.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.